You caught me. I wasn't
That's how
really
she
reading.
always reads books. That's not even a joke. That's how she always reads books. Oh, we're reading up on our subject matter. You know, punk.
Yeah. Well, since you guys don't listen to anything we say ever.
You don't? They don't?
Not usually.
Nobody listens. Nobody reads.
No.
Nobody listens. Does anybody listening? Is that a song? It ought to be.
I don't know. But we are continuing our countdown of top 20 album covers. That does not mean we think these are the top 20 albums of said genre.
There would certainly be some overlapping.
Right. And maybe we'll get to those lists after we complete this list today. But
yes.
We're talking strictly about the covers.
The covers,
for you
man. And
non-paying
that doesn't mean cover
attentionals.
versions of songs.
Right. Can you put this somewhere?
Oh, Jesus, that's what she said.
I'm not really going to read it.
She doesn't read.
Ew.
Ew. All right. You know what? I'm going to start where, as far as I'm concerned, any of our British audience. Do we have a British audience? Paul?
There's that one guy.
Watching?
Number 1.
This is where it all began, in New York City. I don't give a fuck what any of you people who think it began in London say. You're wrong.
Wrong as...
You're wrong. And I'm going to say this is going to be a double entry. Because here's the first album by the Ramones. Your Ramones. Kind of funky. This was their first album, and like I just said, and most of their albums had a picture of the band. Like this one. The back cover's cool. Somebody's belt buckle. I don't see it on any of them on this, do you? I don't.
Do their
White
parents
belt
know
buckle
that they're
with
Ramones?
an eagle. Do their parents know they're Ramones? Here's another good example of good usage of back cover. A lot of white space, but it still looks awesome. And it's not just blank white.
No.
It serves a purpose. A poipus.
Perfect album cover.
Poipus.
Perfect punk rock album cover. Perfect.
Yes, it's good stuff, kids. And I'm going to go with this awesome Holmstrom, John Holmstrom Illustrated. John Holmstrom, one of the founders of Punk Magazine, also.
Absolutely. Fantastic
Look at that.
artist.
Look at it. And then you have the awesome band pick on the back this time.
Ooh.
Is this Marky's first album with the band? I think
I
it was.
believe it is.
He's got that ridiculous bangs. I don't know why that happened.
So short. He's got those girl bangs I was talking about on one of those other vlogs.
They're like the emo Phillips
Yeah.
bangs, actually. More than girl bangs. You know.
All those
cool pictures on the inside.
I won't say.
Good stuff. And oops. How did that get there?
That would be under one of the greatest hip hop album covers of all time.
Obviously, this would be the number one greatest hip hop album of all time. Cover and just album.
An artist.
Duh.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually really do genuinely like this album. Well, not every song. Some of it's kind of bad.
Well, but Mashed Potato Time isn't your favorite song?
Some of that stuff is kind of bad. But, like, you know, German Kid is pretty awesome.
Too Much to Drink.
I like Brooklyn Babe, too. But Too Much to Drink and The Crusher.
An Emergency. Calling Mr. D.
But anyway, we digress.
I love digressing.
What's life if you can't digress once in a while? Is it worth living?
Probably not.
I like digressing.
All right.
Look at this broad right here. She'll kill you. And if you get stuck in a basement with her in Pittsburgh, you don't want that to happen.
He's talking about her, not me.
Her too. But,
Number 2.
Okay, now, I'm not... When I said what I said about New York City and where it all began, I didn't mean that nobody else deserved any credit at all. I just wanted everybody to realize where it did begin. However, these guys
is a wonderful
deserve
album cover.
Buttload of credit too. And I don't care if you're like, but I don't like Chinese Latin anymore. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Look at these graphics.
Do you care?
No.
Oh.
Look at these graphics, kids.
This was like the fucking playbook for how to make punk art after this came out.
This launched a million punk artworks after it came out. Probably still is. Yep. And it's great. It's great graphic design. It's just awesome.
Beautiful
layout. Really kind of like glaring and colors.
Yep.
Cool inserts too.
Very cool.
I don't care about your particular boy band. Lots of bands have managers. That doesn't make you a boy band because you had a manager. I mean, that's just dumb. You're only saying that because you don't like who Johnny Rotten said he was going to vote for. Because he's a U.S. citizen now, if you didn't know that.
I did know that.
Anyway, I don't care who Johnny Rotten votes for. I don't care. Just to reiterate, if you're wondering, does the Bone care? I don't.
Oh.
All right, so.
I guess I don't either. Number 3.
You know, I'm going to skip that one for now. I'm going to go a little.
Number
going
3.
Back to New York City. Going back to New York City.
Oh,
I
this
do
is a
believe
great
I've had enough.
Cover.
Okay. Look at that.
Oh, Johnny Thunders and Heartbreakers like a motherfucker. Look at them.
Look at them. They look like they're all about to keel over, and they probably are.
Look at that. That's pretty damn punk.
They look like they're blue. Like Johnny Thunders looks like he's literally turning blue.
I mean, he probably.
And then if you didn't know the story behind the fingerprints on the back, I don't know if you knew, but it's in the Please Kill Me book. They were, somebody at the hotel they were staying in London had tried to do a kidnapping or something, and they got held. I don't know, the guy ended up in their room, and they had to take fingerprints.
See, I read that book.
Yes. Oh, you read it upside down, I'm sure.
And backwards.
Does that mean, yes, upside down and backwards, like Reagan in The Exorcist.
That's right.
I'm sure would read books like that, too.
Yep. Watch my head spin.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, do your little bobblehead thing. That might work.
Oh, come on, girl. Which one of us are you talking to?
You. She does the bobblehead pretty well.
I do the bobblehead.
Why won't this work?
Number 4.
Right. Now, you might say they weren't really punk. And I would probably even have to agree with you. But that's pretty punk.
That is pretty punk.
DEVO's first album.
I do consider DEVO punk.
I mean, a lot of people say they're more new wave.
Okay.
But everybody thought they were punk. When I was a kid walking down the mean streets of the middle of nowhere, rednecks in pickup trucks would slam on their brakes and yell, DEVO and Rock Lobster and bad words that start with F and end with T at me. So they thought this was punk. And
I think it's punk.
I think it's pretty punk too. This is a great album. Yeah. So,
I love DEVO. I'm glad you're feeling better, Mark Mothersbaugh.
We're not really talking about stuff like this, but look at that cool vomit green vinyl. I like it.
5.
You know who I'm going with? And this is cool because they were also in our hardcore list, but they actually...
So nice we're doing them
twice.
They
went through a bunch of different eras.
We did.
And I'm going to give them this. The Misfits.
That is a punk album cover.
This is punk.
And look, is that reminiscent of one we spoke of before?
Right.
Huh? Do you see it? I bet you do.
And this is obviously awesome.
Oh, your breath.
Oh, thank you. I'm punk. Awesome punk graphics because look at just how cavalier. Yeah, Danzig knew how to do artwork and layouts and stuff, but he was like, fuck it, man. I'm going to make it punk.
It's punk.
It's punk.
It's great.
So,
great punk graphics
Misfits.
again. Very eye-pleasing layout.
One of the few bands from the original punk era that were able to successfully transition into the hardcore era. So I'm giving it to them.
Number 6.
All right. Another band from Great Britain. Look at this.
It says not to.
Don't look. Don't hear. Don't say anything.
But I want to.
And then look at these haircuts. Look at that.
Oh my God.
New haircuts.
You don't get much punker than Discharge haircuts.
They lost 1,000 haircuts.
They really did.
With that drum beat and that hair.
The drum beat and that hair inspired a generation
and then look, if you're suntan, you're going to get burned, man. You don't want that to happen.
What was on the back of Claude and Degrassi's jacket? No nukes is good nukes.
No nukes is good nukes. I think Discharge would have agreed with that sentiment.
I bet Claude listened to Discharge.
All
right, number 7.
Going to LA for the original punk era. Look at that.
It is a very punk album cover.
That's awesome. They actually built an X and set it on fire.
With Desire?
That's metal.
Oh.
This was punk. If you're on fire with Desire, I consider that to be more metal.
Okay. They're just on fire
Cool
then.
band pick on the back. Cool front cover that they did themselves. I like it. Oh, look at that awesome band pick, too.
It is a good band pick.
Look at it.
I'm looking.
And then look, some punk graphics for the lyrics. Very punk, guys and gals.
Super punk, man.
And band called X from Los Angeles.
No way. I never would have guessed.
I know the title kind of gives it away if you're paying attention.
I don't like to.
Ain't got time for things like paying attention. Here's one.
8, I think.
This one is just awesomely hilarious. Look at this, a compilation, but look at these people. They would have charged you £5 down in, I don't know, somewhere in London. If once you got out of the tube, you'd have come up and on Piccadilly Circus. something like that. And they would have said, £5 for a pic, mate. Oi, mate. And then that's who these people are on the cover.
Fantastic compilation too, I mean.
It's really good, actually.
It's a great, perfect. If you're like, I don't like punk and whatever, and you're not like, you want to give it a whirl, start here.
For a certain kind of punk.
For a certain
kind of. You got Vice Squad, you got the Addicts, you got UK.
I'd consider like I'm in high school and I need to be
This is another one of those kind of gateway.
Yeah.
A lot of people discovered punk because this.
Right.
Peter and Test Tube Babies, Band from the Pub, awesome song.
Yep.
You got Blitz, Someone's Gonna Die.
The Addict Straight Jacket.
Token United States band, the DKs are on here.
GBH
Artisans,
is on there.
GBH, yeah, Race Against Time. Kind of a terrible back cover. One of the things that grinds my gears.
But it is a great
nothing but
front
the
cover.
Facts.
Ugh, I hate my hair gets stuck in my bra.
Me too. It really annoys me when your hair gets stuck in your bra. I'm like, can't you control your bra or your hair? No. One or the other.
Neither.
Make it happen. All right, we're moving
Number 9, I think.
Staying in the UK with an aptly, I think they're from the UK.
There might be like the West Virginian subs.
The West Virginian subs.
This is a great punk album cover too.
It's cool, and it's also, it is, but it's also like, it could just be an ad for a Walkman too.
It totally could be.
And then the back is cool. You got your obligatory and ubiquitous.
And with what we were talking about, so DEVO musically is kind of new wave, but that could be a new wave album cover.
This could be a new wave album cover, but the music is pretty damn punk.
Yes, it is.
And look at these guys. The guy has a mesh shirt that he ripped. Look, he was If I'm going to wear a punk shirt, I'm going to rip it.
Obviously.
That's how punk they were.
Punk.
You know what was weird that a lot of people don't know? Versus UK versus US punk stuff. In the UK, punk was actually like on the charts, and like the UK.SUBS were on top of the pops and stuff like that. And there's an awesome version of
because the British, for being so darn uptight and not having fun, enjoy good music.
Real punk was never on the charts in the United States, and I include all the decades that have come and gone since the original decade of punk. Real punk was never in the charts in the United States. Truth. I hope you get what I'm putting down. All right.
I get it. I think we're at number 10.
This one. Look at this. Talk about real punk.
No.
Look at that.
I know those guys.
Look at it.
That's fucking cool.
That's pretty punk.
It's pretty fucking punk.
Punk what the drummer wrote on my record. I'll give you a second to read it.
Read it.
Read it.
Not upside down.
It's not upside down. All right, look at them in the back. They're in the shower. Do punks even shower? I doubt it.
Probably not. That's why they're all there together with their clothes on. They don't know what they're doing.
Drugs. They were in there doing drugs.
Oh, what is this contraption?
Eating salami sandwiches. That's what they were doing in there. They weren't showering.
Bologna. Salami's a little more expensive.
Oh, yeah. Bologna.
Ugh. That scene in the live at CBGB, I'm always like, when he rips the bologna off his suit and blows snot in it and then eats it. Can you get more punk than STIV Bators?
Harley from the Chromatics once told me an awesome story from when he was a kid where he was down with the Dead Boys and stuff, and he was at CBGB's when they first were starting and everything was getting big, and he said that so the Dead Boys were playing and a bunch of people came downtown that were just like normal people. They weren't punks. And they were like, oh, it's the hip thing to do. We're going to go to downtown. And he said STIV came out with a jar of fucking water bugs. If you don't know what a water bug is.
They're fucking horrible.
Roaches and crickets and stuff. And he opened it and threw it out at the audience. All these like rich assholes from uptown who were like, we're going down to the cool spot. We're like, oh my God. He was like, they thought they were just going to see like a rock band, the coolest new rock band. And suddenly, oh my God. You're covered in water bugs. I'd be a little PO'd about that myself.
Me too. That would ruin my night. Ruin my year.
That might ruin your decade.
Yeah.
Be covered in fucking, you're like going, oh, hey, Candace, let's go downtown to this hip new club. We'll slum it for a night. Oh, the hip new rock band from Cleveland, Ohio. They're called the Dead Boys or something like that. And then suddenly you got fucking water bugs in your purse and you get home.
Oh, shut up. I don't even want to hear about it anymore.
You get home in the morning in your apartment uptown. Upper West Side apartment on 5th Avenue.
I don't care how punk you are. Water bugs
are
fucking
and
disgusting.
Crickets. Supposedly people said you could hear the crickets for years at CB's after that.
I've heard that rumor before.
And I believe it. You know, so we'll stay in sort of the same neighborhood. This
Number 11.
For some reason, a lot of people don't really know about or care about or like this album. But I love it, and it's great, and it's
I think it's
pretty
a really powerful album cover as far as punk goes.
Yeah.
It's very like, oh, I'm so fucking fuck you,
and then
you know?
You could directly correlate this one to the first Minor Threat record.
Totally.
And then one of those fake punk records that came out in the 90s with the guy sitting on the steps that also ripped off the Minor Threat record.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think the audience will know. They opened for the Misfits at MSG. Anyway, this is great. I love this album cover. Look at it. It doesn't even look like he's acting.
No, that's what I mean.
He's got these straight tube socks on.
Is that the same shower?
And, well,
he's like, they left me here. They don't know what to do.
Yeah, he's like, I might as well get a new band together then and write some power pop songs, which is actually kind of what he was trying to do. So maybe that's why some punk people kind of reacted against it. But I don't care. It's still great. Punk, and it's awesome.
And it's a great album cover, because that's what we are fucking talking about, you non-listeners.
All right. Back
Number
across
12, I think, maybe, perhaps.
To the old world. Look at that.
Another fantastic album cover.
Another very fantastic and punk album cover, and it's also weird kind of bands that, like, usually have pictures of themselves on the album cover. But this is cool.
It is cool.
Looks cool. Kind of, you kind of get what you're.
It looks. If you want to hold it up with the Dead Boys cover, they're kind of similar poses got going on here.
Right, it's very punk attitude and stance.
See, similar.
You know, yeah.
This is we're the cranky British version.
And we're very political.
Oh, they don't say cranky. I don't know if they say in Britain.
Bollocks. Say, oi, mate, bollocks.
Crikey.
You got cops on the back. Oh, Bobbies. I'm sorry.
Bobbies.
And this is actually my original copy. Just to digress again.
It's always digressing.
This was the first punk album I ever bought in my life. Summer after 7th grade, between 7th and 8th grade. Nice. I bought this album, and this is that very copy. Still sounds great today. Very punk.
It does. I've heard it.
All right.
Number 13?
Man, I leave it to you to do the counting around here.
I figured out what I'm doing.
Probably shouldn't do that, but I do.
Fan-fucking-tastic album cover time, gang.
This is awesome. Yeah. Somebody let them destroy their pool, theoretically. Look.
And I love everything about the Plasmatics is just like, fuck you, I don't care.
In a lot of ways, this was like poser punk, you know. They got the mohawks and they're wearing tutus and pink hair,
but it wasn't, because it was so nasty
and stuff like that. But it was the real deal, and yeah, so it absolutely was not poser, but it might have launched a lot of posers. But that's not their fault. Sure,
it inspired a generation of posers,
right? Like
which developed into mall punks, like the Casualties and all that.
Yeah, and even before that, a lot of people who may have been writers on like Quincy or Chips might have thought that, oh, this is what punk is, huh? A bunch of dumb-looking, you know, people with weird glasses and weird hair that blow things up.
If you want to see something super amazing when you're done liking, subscribing, and watching this video, look up the Plasmatics on John Candy's late night show. Really cool. It is fucking my favorite.
Maybe we'll put a link to it for you, lazy people. Look what this also comes with.
I want to frame this one day, too. This is a beautiful poster.
It's pretty cool.
It's a fucking beautiful poster. Look at it, look at it.
Your skirt is too short.
No, it's not. You're lucky she's wearing clothes at all.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
You're Jamaican me crazy.
You're making me crazy. That's good stuff.
It's the good stuff.
All right. Again, anyone wants us to, shill for your stuff or wear your shirts or whatever.
Tout your goods.
Or review your goods. Let us know. And we'll tell you how to make it happen.
If it doesn't suck.
If it doesn't suck, or unless you don't mind us saying to the world that it sucks.
You can either get a full honest review, or it better not suck. Those are your options.
All right, so we're getting down to the nitty gritty. I mean, again, these aren't
number 15, I think.
Look at that. That's another very
perfect punk album cover.
Really
you get what they're about, being wild and crazy guys.
Smearing food all over each other. They don't care, man. They're the damn. They don't give a damn.
And then talk about your wacky stage.
Well, this is hilarious too, because look, Captain, you can see his back so you can't see his face, but so they put his face there. I wonder if he was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, you can't even see my face." And they were like, all right, Captain. You know?
If you're unfamiliar, that's our go-to British guy accent. Yeah. But Captain's wearing like a fucking Alice from the Brady Bunch outfit, and Dave's a vampire.
Like a lunch lady. Yeah. And then Brian James is like a rocker.
It's great because they all look like they're in different bands, but it works for some reason. Works. Rat Scabies, one of my all-time favorites. Definitely top 5 Rat Scabies, top 5 punk drummers, probably all-time drummers. Great fucking drummer. Sounds like
without him,
list.
There is no energy of the Damned. The songs would still be there, but that backbone, he's sort of a punk rock, Keith Moon. Oh. If you know what I'm saying. Not even a big Who guy, but I like Keith Moon.
Who?
Keith Moon was the drummer of Who.
He's making a stupid joke.
That
was so dumb.
I know, your joke was pretty dumb.
Number 16, maybe.
Well, is it? I don't know. I guess we didn't do a top 20 punk albums.
Oh, wow.
Another Damned, because I wanted to show that their goth side, the Damned were a band that has many different facets and sides and
it's true.
Things and such.
They have various.
And that looks really cool. I like constructed, sort of statue kind of things. Look at that. The Children of the Damned. Get it?
I get it.
That's pretty punk, too.
That is pretty punk.
Look at that. That's pretty cool. I like it.
All right, number 17, I think, maybe kind of. We'll figure out down here below where I'm listing things.
With our numbers. Look at this. Now, I think this is awesome. The Cramps have lots of great artwork, obviously. Yes. The band themselves were a piece of work of art. Yes. But this one, for some reason, supposedly, it's by Stephen, how do you pronounce that? Blickenstaff. Great artist. But apparently the label picked it without Lux and Ivy's permission, and apparently they didn't like it. But
disagree, though.
I have to disagree with you.
This is such an iconic album cover. Once you see it, you always know immediately what it is. Anytime you see a sea of punks in a yellow shirt, you're like, well, clearly he's wearing a Cramp shirt.
The back cover, same artist, awesome, really cool.
Yeah.
And this actually has like it's got like a press release.
With you have a promotion only thingy majigger up there.
But I don't know if there's anything funny in the press release. Let me put on my reading glasses. No one quite sounds like the Cramps, with their unmistakable style of voodoo shockabilly. Lead singer Lux Interior and guitarist Ivy Rorschach have an uncanny talent for digging up unknown, long-lost material from an era that spawned the Elvis Presleys, Gene Vincents, and Eddie Cochrans, and giving them their own demented twist. This is kind of square writing. The songs on Bad Music for Bad People feature the Cramps and all their campiness. I would have said crampiness.
You should have said crampiness. This is like we're making the Cramps sound nicer than they are for mainstream.
We're trying to sell them to the mainstream. The Cramps are the persecuted prophets with B-movie souls. That's kind of
cheesy.
I guess so, sure. Yeah. With 11 songs guaranteed to chill you to the bone.
Now it sounds like one of those, like, order the CD now.
Yeah.
11 hits to rock your Halloween away.
Well, anyway, that's the IRS Records press release.
Pretty weak, guys.
That came with this record that you were supposed to read, I guess, if you were reviewing it in the press.
Oh. Well, here I am. Number 18.
I'm 18.
Wrong list.
Pretty punk.
It's kind of funny.
Anyway, New York Dolls. Look at it. That made a statement. Now, some people might say this is like proto-punk, pre-punk. You're probably right, but I don't care.
Agreed. It should be here. And I'm
putting it in there.
Yes. I mean,
look at that.
Look at that. That offended a lot of fucking people. That's pretty punk.
Yeah, they did. And they also, they lived it 24/7. They didn't put on costumes and go on stage. They walked around like this at a time when you could get your ass kicked looking like that.
Right. And is that punk?
They would be asked, why don't you just take it off and only wear it on stage? And they were like,
because that's what we fucking look like, you fucking doofuses.
We're not posers.
Posers.
Like you.
Dork.
Dorks. All right. What do we have?
Number 19.
And again, these aren't really in any kind of order. So maybe the first two I was making a statement. And what?
He's making a statement.
Okay. As usual, this is what I deal with.
He's so lucky.
Shit, man.
Lucky.
Yeah, okay. Anyone want to take some of my luck? I love you.
Wow.
Look at that.
That
Tattoo kind of artwork. At
perfectly.
a time before everybody knew tattoos and punk were hand in hand. You know, people knew, but...
Right. And this opened up a whole new genre of this, inspiring a whole lot of album artwork for this more like, I don't want to say oi, but more like
Oi-ish.
oi adjacent punk music.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. They had oi, oi, oi in their choruses.
That's true.
Sometimes.
So maybe they...
Look at this amazing back cover, gang.
How did they come up with that?
That's what, you know what? That's like some really, that shows some high...
See, that laziness just really...
working gears of imagination on there. That's kind of grinds my gears.
All right, gang. We have one more.
Here we go.
We're
One more
on to the
record.
big number 20.
And
You
then
survived.
that's it. Yeah.
For now.
You made it, kids. Why not another? You might call this proto-punk, pre-punk. But again, they were part of the scene.
Same thing. They were pretty fucking punk, and they lived it 24/7, and they were fucking badass dudes.
Yep. So I will give the
motherfucking
dictators their spot that they deserve on this list.
Yes.
And that's a wrap, gang.
Finito.
Top 20 punk rock album covers.
Again,
of all
not to be confused with top 20
time.
punk albums, though some of these would be on that list.
We're talking about
Maybe
the
we'll make that
artwork.
list. But
The
we're talking
artwork,
about art.
gang.
Listen.
Not the
art.
music, but check out the music
Yeah,
too,
check out the
as
music.
always.
Don't be such a dork.
Don't be a dork.
Dork.
Don't be caught short.
Dork.
Don't be having 9 songwriters write your song and then you wear a plasmatic shirt and think you're cool. Okay?
People
'Cause
are
you're
buying
not.
it, man. They're fucking
I know.
buying it.
It's
And
another
I'm
one of these
so
things
mad at you
where
all.
they've made it on the internet where if you don't like something, then you're an asshole and you're not hip. Like, oh yeah, you're just an old person.
I want a Foxy
Well, we obviously can't
Chupo.
do this.
I
We can't do
know.
this. You don't like it. You're just an old person who's out of touch and that kind of thing. Or you're just conservative and dumb if you don't like the song. I mean, you're allowed to not like whatever you don't want to like.
Right.
Plus, I don't think it's cool when people are trying to claim somebody else's thing. You know what I
Right.
mean?
I fucking do. And I see it for what it is. Open up your eyes and see the lies right in front of you. She's fucking getting old and she's not a cute little
It's
pop star
fake
anymore.
cool.
And now she's trying to do something.
You're stealing
cool.
somebody else's cool.
I think
You're
you
trying
are.
to get your own reputation up
don't
on the
wanna say
backs
that
of somebody else's and what they worked for, not what
that
you did.
Is bullshit.
And that's okay, whatever, because who cares, I guess, anyway.
A
Anyway,
little bit.
top 20 punk rock album covers of all time.
Can I do an honorable mention?
I guess. What? Look at that.
Whose album is this?
Yes, this could also go, this is one of our more punk kind of records, but I was going to say it could also go in metal, but we're going to go ahead. Honorable mention goes to this one. I don't know what it is about these people, but
They're
I
so
like them.
damn good looking.
Look at that awesome usage of the back cover for cool artwork, too.
Who's the artist?
Oh, man, he's good, though. I don't know. Good.
If you would like to support our channel, go buy this fucking album from our store
Do
in the
it.
links down there.
Yes,
And
as always.
You can also virtually tip us as usual.
You can do
Links
that. The tip bucket
down
is
there.
always open. It is.
24/7.
Jackie B, 138 for Venmo.
PayPal.me/Chesty Malone
for PayPal.
Duh. Or go fucking buy an album.
Go
buy a
buy an
fucking
album.
t-shirt.
ChestyMalone.BigCartel.com, gang.
You'll look cool.
You'll look cooler than you actually probably are. And that's okay, gang. Apparently, if you wear a plasmatic shirt and have 9 songwriters to write one crappy song that sounds like every other contemporary
punk as
pop
fuck.
song, you can be punk as fuck. All right. Anyway, so that is it. So saith us.
And we're never wrong. You think you
Yes.
can make a better list?
Go ahead and try.
You can.
All
But you
right.
can comment below. Remember to like, subscribe, tell your friends, and as always, this fucking guy, eat shit.